Hello, people. Why do you always be silent? It drives me crazy. She does it on purpose because it drives me crazy. She's going to be dead silent when everything starts so that I have to say something.
Oh, it's horrible. It's awful.
Emily, I was just going to say, I'm wearing the shirt that you were wearing when I saw you in Colorado. The Lucky Peacock shirt.
Oh, you guys have matching shirts?
We do, because she had said she was wearing it. And I said, are you wearing that for me?
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. It is beautiful blue skies here in Vegas. Super hot, though. We're over into the hundreds now here in Vegas, which I normally don't mind. The only problem is yesterday and today I was out doing a significant amount of yard work and doing it in the heat. I had to put on a floppy hat. What did you think of my floppy hat? She
looked ridiculous.
Actually, I'll show them my floppy hat because I didn't want to get sunburned, guys, and I also put on, like, I have this thing. It's supposed to be a swim top. I got it for when we go on our next cruise. But, come on. You got to keep from getting sunburnt. And I didn't want my arms to get burnt.
Don't mind all the laundry in the background. It is put away now.
Whatever.
It wasn't yesterday.
I'm sure they're going to be writing in letters of, protests. They're very upset about it. Anyway, what's happening, Julie? Hello. And hello, Michelle.
And Tracy.
Anyway, we've been doing, I had to do like a bunch of yard work because we're getting ready for your birthday soon. We're going to have some people over, and which, by the way, we will not have a show next Sunday. I'm sorry, but it is Father's Day.
But it's more importantly,
it's your birthday.
It's my birthday.
I'm just saying, like,
Sunday.
Other people might not care that.
I mean, they don't care. Correct.
No, I'm not saying
they don't care that
I said other people might not care about the show anyway because it's Father's Day, so they might have plans or something. I don't know. Anyway, and so I have to get our yard presentable, and we haven't done a yard cleanup in a while, and so
we never did the spring cleanup.
Yeah,
so it's
hard to find like a good landscaper. We had somebody who was great price, and then he kind of like dropped off the map, and
we think he died or moved. I don't know.
I think he had a regular job too, so maybe he just decided that he was over doing yard work. But
he just stopped answering text messages and phone calls.
Anyway, we did a bazillion chores yesterday and cleaning up, and
it's my birthday, and I'm having a party next Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be 50,
She's
Allison.
Gonna be 50.
Shut up, 51. Allison. She's always going to make me older than I am. I will say, this one's hard. 50's hard.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm ready for 50. I want to be able to say, I'm 50.
30, I did not care. 40, I did not care. 50, this one's hitting me hard.
I'm looking forward to doing some high leg kicks when I hit 50.
I feel old. I don't think I can do high leg kicks. I'll probably end up hurting my back and my sciatica.
But the thing is, like, I was just thinking about this, because we've been, I was doing some yard work and we've been doing some walking, and I'm just thinking, we both, this last year, we're just, you've been going for a little over a year on, like, losing weight and stuff. We've been in maintenance mode now for a couple of months at least, right? Mm-hmm. 2-3 months. But you started, like, last spring. I started almost exactly a year ago, like the middle of June. And now we're both have been at our goal weight for a few months. And I was just thinking, like, as we're getting older, one of the big reasons I was doing it was because I didn't want to put my knees through, like, I'm getting older, guys. And it's like, I have had bad knees since I was, like, in middle school. I wore knee braces when I played basketball. So I knew that if I continued on being significantly overweight and getting older, like, I was going to have a hard time. And so I'm just like, I feel good about the fact that, like, moving forward, like, we're in a good place, like, physically. Yes, you got your sciatica.
Which, by the way, not just sciatica, it's degenerative arthritis.
Well, she said it was
spinal
beginning stages of, is it orthoarthritis? She said something.
Orthoarthritis.
Yeah. Yay. But that's okay. There's things you can do, and being at a good weight and being active, all those things are things that are going to make it a lot easier and better to deal with. And so, yeah, so you're going to be going into 50, not thinking about, like, oh, I can't fit in that outfit.
No, I know. I've been maintaining at about 128 pounds for 7 months now, and I'm happy there. And, staying between 128 and 130, and, like a size 5, size 6, depending on what I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel good about that. I'm not trying to lose any more weight. I don't think I'll lose any more weight. I don't want to lose any more weight.
We do need to hit the gym and build some muscle.
Definitely need to hit some muscle.
Like that's so,
my daughter is 32. A lot of you guys know that. So I had her pretty young.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm being 50 bothers me a little bit.
I'm looking forward to it, but I've got so many years ahead.
But when I punch her on screen, none of you guys will report it, right?
Well, listen, I was really careful about like making sure I was taking in like a lot of protein, but granted, we weren't going to the gym. But I do sling my bins a lot, and my bins are now 5, even 6 bins high. They're pretty heavy. So my arms and my shoulders are good. But guys, my butt, I've never had like a bubble butt or anything like that, but I had a normal butt. Now it's like 2 deflated balloons hanging off the back of me.
You have a butt like a white...
And she's so rude.
You have a white man's ass now. She's got like the no ass at all. The back that goes to the back of the thigh, no ass.
It's like it just got deflated. It's bad. I need to go do some stairs at the gym. I need to like do some squats. Deep squats, because it's real bad. I even made Trish look at it when she was here. I'm like, you're going to look at my butt right now. And I showed her. And
there's no butt.
But Vicky is really rude. Like she didn't say anything. Like I try to be encouraging. I tell Vicky like, oh, you look good. Oh, whatever. Like I always say encouraging things. She like walks in the room and she's like, oh my God, your butt. And she like mocks me, okay? And then like at one point, like a few months ago, she's like, oh my God, your neck. It's like she's so rude, you guys. I thought we were supposed to be supporting each other and lifting each other up, and instead I get all of my problem areas pointed out to me. It's very rude, guys. Yeah, that butt is a muscle, so I need to be doing some more butt work. All right?
All right.
Well, you know it's true.
Start clenching.
Is that what I'm just gonna do? I'm just gonna sit all day at my desk chair, just going. I wonder. I should do like a whole journey on social media where the only butt workout I do is doing this, and we'll see how my butt grows just from that. And then I can like sell a whole course of. Well, I guess it wouldn't be much of a course.
It wouldn't be much of a course.
If it's literally just maybe I could just do one side and like go back and forth, and then like do like a circular motion while I do it without.
There is something wrong with you.
How much would you guys pay? Well, it'd be like one 90-second video.
99 cents.
Actually, I could make it like a 15-minute video because it would just be me continuously.
Yes, Kara,
doing
it
this.
is. She's doing Kegels for her butt. Yes,
Yeah, for
that's
my butt.
exactly it.
Oh yeah, it's working, guys. I can feel it. I can feel the burn in my butt.
All right, knock it
All
off,
right.
you weirdo. I think the people will think there's something in your chair. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying. I think we could do it. Anyway, yeah, Suzanne Summers maybe did build a tool just for our butts, but I feel like it's like I could be like, you don't need that. You just sit in your chair. You just clench your butt cheeks. Right?
Yeah, go ahead and do that and get back to me. Let me know if it works for you.
You're going to be jealous when I have like a BAM butt right in your face and you're like walking around.
Why did you yell so loud?
Because that's how like BAM it's going to be right in your face, okay? It's not sneaking in. It is like loud and proud right in your face.
It's like
you don't know.
You're going to look like you had a butt implant.
Exactly.
She had a BBL.
Yep.
From clenching.
Just from like tight clenching.
You guys are weird.
There you go.
Why do you encourage her, people? Why do you encourage her?
Anyway, yeah, we're back. But again, we're not going to have our show next week. I apologize. I'm sorry. But I will say we've been trying to upload more material to our Instagram, to our Tickety Talk. I very recently discovered CapCut. Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. Thanks to Liz, because Liz is like the one I go to if I'm like, okay, how do they do this? And so finally, I don't know how many years later, I'm like, how do I make those funny reels or memes or whatever where it's got the video, but then it's the green screen so you can put a different background. I'm like, how do people do that? It's crazy. I don't want to do that. And so she just says, yeah, you just get CapCut. And I'm like, oh, how awesome is this? And so I made my first one and we put it up the other day. I thought it was pretty funny. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be doing some more of that. Apparently Laura popped in at just the wrong time, or maybe I would say just the right time, wondering what in the hell was happening.
I have no idea what's happening. I'm sitting here and I don't know what's happening, Laura.
My point is, You should be following the Katy and Vikki Instagram account and the Katy and Vikki TikTok account because
we'll be doing more stuffs.
But more specifically, you can see my hilarious CapCut creations, which I think my first one was pretty good.
You've done one. Don't get ahead of yourself.
But I think it's a given. They're all going to be hilarious. My first one was...
I think it's a given.
Yes, my first one was, I don't know if you guys noticed. Now, this isn't a big deal. Supposedly they're going to fix it. But eBay did decide to charge promotion fees on stuff that sold like back in April, like 2 months ago. Now, granted, so far there's only one that happened for me. And it was like one of the days this last week. It was a t-shirt I had sold at the beginning of April. I went back and looked. They did not charge me promotion fees at that time, but apparently they decided 2 months later, hey, we want our cut, and they charged the promotion fee. I mean, the whole promoted listing fee thing is kind of iffy anyway, because we don't have access to we have no idea, like, did somebody really click on it? When did they click on it? Like, there's a lot of ambiguity around, like, what we're getting charged for and when it's happening and who's doing what. Mm-hmm. So I do think it's a bit sketchy that it's like 2 months later we're getting charged. That just makes it worse. And like, how long can they wait if they don't charge us for something?
I think it's 100% sketchy that it happens months later. I do not have a problem with them with paying for promoted listings. I have since they came out, whatever, 7-8 years ago when promoted listings came out. I've been using them ever since, but I don't like it should come out when it comes out. If they screw up, they screw up.
I mean, yeah.
This is the second time this year they've done this, by the way. The first time they told you they were going to do it. And it didn't affect me that time. This time I've had like 3.
Yeah, I mean, had one.
There's not a ton. I mean, it may be a total of $2 and change. They were small amounts. But
clearly it was a mistake or a glitch that it didn't get charged in the first place, if indeed we were supposed to have been charged at the time. But it brings into question the whole thing of, like Vikki said, if they make a mistake, if there's an issue, like what if like a year later they were like, oh, we didn't charge you for hundreds or 50 or however many separate charge, like... it would be an issue if all of a sudden you were charged for a whole bunch of stuff from 100%. Like a year before that you didn't even know about.
So, Susie is talking about there is a new promoted listing application in the EU. It hasn't hit the US. I don't know if it will. There's a lot of things that they test in much smaller markets. If you think of like Germany and places like that, much, much smaller than the United States. Those platforms are a lot easier for them to test things on and see how they work. And they do that frequently. So that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get that here in the US. So we'll see if that happens. And yeah, Leah, I agree with you. As far as Gracie's Vintage, Leah's in the chat. The suggested percentage, you should never use the suggested percentage. Ever, 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 never. Your minimum that you can do is 2%. Maximum is crazy. You could do 100%. I will tell you, Katy and I have both spoken with people in the marketing departments and the marketing divisions within eBay, and as have other people. And anything over 5 or 5.5% is not worth doing because it's not promoting it any higher, and you're not seeing any better results. And we were told directly from eBay, anything over that is a waste of money and time. I promote at 5%.
I will say we were told that by one person that's part of the promotion team. But I have heard slightly differently from some other eBay people. So, take that with a grain of salt. But I do think that it is true. There has to be a point where however high you go, it's not like you can pay 100%. Let's say you said, I'm going to give 100% of my promoted listings. Your listings are not all of a sudden going to be number 1 on the search results. So there is a point where it no longer really matters. And so I don't necessarily know if that's absolutely 100% true that anything above 6% is a waste, but I am going to take that and be like, you know what? I'm not going to bother going any higher. And so I'm actually at 7% right now. I might move down to 6 eventually, but
I've gone as high as 10%, Heather, in the past, and I actually moved mine down very slowly. I will give you a warning. If you are up higher right now, do not ratchet it back all at once. That will absolutely stall your platform and stall your sales. So take it down and change it maybe 0.5% a week if you're going to do that.
Shelly never goes over 5%.
Yep, I go to about 5.5% in some cases, but I think I'm at 5 now. And I don't promote everything. I used to promote everything. I don't anymore. Now I wait until things are a few months old before I start promoting. I don't think a lot of what I sell needs to be promoted if it's the only damn thing.
Yeah.
I don't promote jewelry. I don't promote very original things, but clothing I do generally promote because that's a very saturated categories.
Yeah.
So I guess we could get back into our show. So some
I
of you
guess
guys,
so.
we'll chat some more after.
Yeah, we'll talk some more after. Talk about
our goals,
what's going on
what
with
we've
us.
been doing, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep. But let's get into our sales. We haven't done our numbers in quite a while because the last show that we did a couple weeks ago, we did with Trish, and so we skipped the numbers part. I will say, for me, as we've been talking about over the, from the beginning of this year, I did really well in 2024, keeping up with my daily listing goals for the most part, and it really did have a positive impact on my numbers. And then things kind of fell apart at the end of the year and the beginning of this year, with our friend Diane passing away and just a lot of kind of uproar in our lives and things going on. And I definitely saw that hit my sales numbers. And so I've been kind of digging myself out at this point. And I think, and I'm seeing a positive change, and we'll talk more about that later. And then Vikki can also say, the title is we're in the thick of it. Vikki took pretty much a month off from listing. And
more than a month.
More than a month. And that certainly affected her, her numbers. And we'll talk about kind of what that's looking like and what we're trying to do to I guess, remedy that or get ourselves out of that. So
Patty loves the hauls, but you know what, Patty?
I know.
We've got to get back to shopping for us to have
I know.
hauls.
We need to get
I'm
back
not
to
going
it.
to be shopping anytime in the near future. Just
but that's not entirely true.
That's
because
not true. Alexis is coming.
to visit, and maybe when Shelly and Elizabeth are here, maybe we'll hit a thrift store to get some content.
That's true. It could happen.
So we'll have some hauls coming out this month for sure. It's just only more because of content and hanging out with friends than anything else, because we do have a lot of stuff. Anyway, so let's look at our numbers. Mine are mediocre, kind of holding okay. Actually, eBay's been better this last week than the previous number of weeks because I have been listing very consistently. So I have 31 eBay orders, 9 Etsy, 4 Poshmark, and then 2 between Grail, Mercari, Depop, for a total of 46 outgoing orders. eBay gross sales, $1,104.39. Nice to be up over 1,000. I would love someday to be able to hit 2,000 again. Remember when you used to do your shipping?
Remember when I used to sell 5,000?
Remember when you do your shipping on Monday, and then we'd make little posts on Facebook and be like, "Here's all the stuff I shipped out. This weekend I sold $2,000." I'm like, "Geez, I don't even remember the last time that happened." But so such is life. Etsy, $405.46. I actually did okay on Etsy this week. Etsy's been down a lot too. And Poshmark, $160, and then $85 between Grail, Mercari, and Depop. Total gross sales, $1,754.85. And you can see the shipping there and the breakdown of all the fees, cost of goods. Total net sales, $1,242.69. My gross average sale price, honestly, I thought it was going to be even lower than this because I have a lot of lower items selling. But I think some of the higher price stuff I sold on Etsy helped a lot. Because I almost hit 40. 40 has kind of been my goal, although I might need to change that because I'm adding a lot of lower price stuff to my store right now, which I'll talk more about later. But $38.15, and then my net average sale price is $27.02. Yeah, Michelle, I'm always running sales on Etsy. So yeah, those are my numbers. Let's go ahead. Yes, dear?
I was just going to say, Bridget, thank you. My hair is still not natural. It's pink, but it's pulled back so you can actually see more of my natural color. I don't bleach the roots anymore.
She says that this looks good right here.
Yeah. No, this is... Anyway, so the pink is still at the ends. It's just back in a ponytail. Anyway, so yeah, let's go to
yours. You still beat me.
Not by much. So I will say, like Katie said, I beat
you down here, I think.
I didn't list for 5 weeks. I did not list for 5 weeks. I was traveling. We did a lot of stuff, and me not listing for 5 weeks definitely caught up to me. My sales were absolutely terrible the last month.
Terrible.
And this is just starting to get better this week. I've listed, I'll talk about it after, a lot this past week. So 27 eBay sales, 8 on Etsy, 11 on Posh, 2 on Mercari for a total of 48. 1244 on eBay was abysmal. Etsy 386, also abysmal. Poshmark pretty good though, 455 on Poshmark, and then my 2 lonely sales on Mercari for $98. My total week 2184. I'll just round it up my 2 cents. 2184, very bad. $178 in shipping, and then my cost of goods is always low, $78 there. My total net $1,652. It's about $900 shy, $850 shy. I like my net to be $2,500 a week. That's where it needs to be. So my gross average sale price between $40 and $50. That's pretty good. $45. So not too bad.
You're still beating me everywhere.
Yeah, it hasn't been terrible. So, Kristen, how often do I do my local meetups with my Vegas peeps? About quarterly. I don't do monthly. I used to do monthly for the first several years in the meetup. I did it monthly, and then I moved it to quarterly, and I don't really have a specific set time. We just did one last month.
What are you asking, Kristen? Is this your way of saying you're coming to visit and you want to come to one of our meetups?
Well, I would. If Kristen came, I would create a meetup around her visit.
That's true.
But no, she runs the Central Illinois.
I know, but I'm just asking. I'm just saying that I would like to see her, okay?
Okay.
Jeez.
So, yeah, about quarterly. I think my next meetup is probably not going to be until we get to the latter part of the summer. It might be the eBay Open kickoff party, just because it's hotter than hell.
Yeah.
And people are doing stuff in the summer. So
yeah. Boo, hiss, boo. Maybe we should do like a pool party.
Yeah, whose pool?
Silverton.
Okay.
Get a bunch of cabanas. I don't see the problem. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you are a slacker, but that's okay. Vicky's a slacker too. No, just kidding.
No, quarterly.
I think that's plenty.
Quarterly is acceptable. Monthly is fine. If you want to do monthly, great. It's just a very big commitment for people.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And I did it for years, and I won't do it anymore. I tried to get more people involved in wanting to host or swap off, and it doesn't really happen. So I don't mind hosting. I love doing it, in fact, but I'm not going to do it monthly.
Yeah. All right, let's go into our... Oh, first, we didn't tell them about how the little baby Matilda got spayed this last week.
That's true.
Yep, I have her drugged up right now on trazodone because we
wouldn't be able to have a show.
She's very sad because she's locked in her pen. You know, they say they need like 10 to 14 days to recover, which, you know, usually they can be okay sooner than that. The only problem is that with this puppy, we have Ripley and Gizmo who want to play with her, and Gizmo especially is very rough with her, which she loves. But like she just like every morning just knocks her all over the yard, and so we've been especially careful because with Ripley when she was a puppy and she got spayed, like Grizz and Luna were like, thank God she's locked up. They didn't care, and they certainly weren't trying to like get her to play with them. So we've been taking her for walks in her little puppy stroller, which she actually likes. She just sits there very quietly and like looks around and looks at all the things, and so we're those people walking around the neighborhood with our dog in a stroller with a little donut around her neck. It's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tommy wants to know who the special guest is with me.
It's me. It's me, Tommy. I just happen to have my hair up in a ponytail. I didn't wash my hair today, guys. Sorry about it. That's what you get.
Disgusting. We also played Bunko for the first time.
Yes, and
it was really fun.
And of course, I decided to host a Bunko event too, so that's fun.
Yeah, it was really fun to play. Who knew that like dice games could be so much fun?
I didn't know,
but it was fun. I did lots of yelling. I don't know if I brought good energy to the party or if they were like, "Who invited this one?"
Probably a little both.
Maybe a little both. I feel like I brought some good energy. Like I was yelling. I was like.
So we're having my birthday party next Sunday and it is going to be. See, Shelley, I knew Shelley loves Bunko.
All right, Shelley, if you want to come back for was it June 28th? You can come play Bunko at our house. It's what is it? Tropical theme?
Hawaiian theme.
Hawaiian tropical theme.
You know I love a theme. So what's my theme for my birthday on Sunday?
It's Golden Girls, which means you can either, and it's dress up. You can either dress up as specifically a golden girl or just
your favorite old person.
Just your favorite old person, real or made up. Just basically look like you're about ready to go into a retirement home. But yeah, Shelley says that we're all ready for 50 with Bunko and Bingo.
It's true.
I will say, my sister was going to Bunko parties years ago, and she's not 50 yet, so... I like to think, but yes.
No, we're not losing the pink. My hair's still pink, guys.
Jeez.
It's just back. My roots are darker.
Hey, do this. Like, really shake it out.
My hair's
shake it out.
It's still pink.
Just shake it out.
Man.
Yeah, I'm going to go dressed up as Patty.
Tommy, a lot of people are claiming Blanche. I think we're gonna have a bunch of who's. A bunch of who's? A bunch of hoes.
A bunch of
I
think
old,
you were thinking whoas.
Whoas. A bunch of old whoas. Anyway, it's gonna be fun.
Patty, I'd be the prettiest golden girl at the party if I dressed up as you. Come on. All right, let's go ahead and get into our sales highlights. Let me share the screen here. Okay.
So Kristen asked, have I thought about blonde? Kristen, I'm naturally a blonde.
I mean, like dirty blonde. You're not like
dirty blonde, but I was blonde for the first 35 years of my life.
Yeah.
All
right. What do you got here?
Okay, so this is just this cool duster I'd pulled out of the bins. I already got positive feedback on it, so I probably paid about $2 for it. The buyer's very happy. It's not vintage. It's nothing special. It doesn't have a brand at all. It just was a cool looking duster, cover up, bathing suit cover up, doesn't really matter, but it sold for $80. I just wanted to say,
wow.
like, again, it's all about how you describe something, right? And that actually looked good on the mannequin. So it didn't really matter that it wasn't anything. I mean, it was probably a $30 item from TJ Maxx originally.
Yeah.
So it was a good find.
All right. So as you guys know, as much as Vicky tried to fight it, I did buy 458 T-shirts from Susie Eads that Vicky and Trish loaded up into the truck. Well, actually, Susie's husband loaded it up into the truck. So I bought a whole bunch of T-shirts, nothing vintage. It's all just like basic graphic tees, paid $1 a piece for them. And I've already sold 2 of them now. And so my first one, now not a big sale. And I didn't even sell it for this. Somebody offered 13 and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Cause I saw it wasn't promoted. So it was just going to be whatever the fees were. And I've got like I photographed like about 200 of them now. And so I'm keeping them all separate. And rather than putting them into regular circulation with all the rest of my inventory, I'm keeping them separate. And I'm going to track like how long it takes for me to break even and then start making money on this buy. But so it cost me $458. I didn't have to pay for shipping. And I sold this for $13 plus shipping, and I worked it out, and I'm tracking like my net and everything. And so this particular one I paid $1 for, and after fees and after buying a shipping label, I made $11.54. So $10 profit on this T-shirt. It really doesn't take long for me to like process all these because I don't have to wash them or anything like that. It was really fast to like photograph them, measure them, and list them. And I can bust through 30, 40 of them in a day and start, building up my bank and stuff like that. Cause I'm still
Kathy Mack is funny. Says Rod Stewart used to be on the cover of my Teen Beat magazines. Now he's on the cover of my AARP magazine. Listen, for me, that's Rick Springfield. It's close.
There you go. All right.
Okay, so this jumpsuit, I'm a little sad this actually sold because now I could actually fit into it, and I never got a chance to wear it. It was so cold during the remix that I wasn't able to wear my some of the fun vintage items that I wanted to wear, and this was one that was on deck I wanted to wear. But it sold. This was a bin's find. Cute. I believe when I got it, the zipper was broken, and I had Crystal install a new zipper on it. So nice. I do have a little bit more than the $2 or $3 invested in. I think I probably have 5 or 6 invested. But it sold for what you see there, $97.97. Super cute.
It's very, very cute. Look how cute it is.
I wish I had kept it now.
It's very cute.
I keep finding stuff as it sells going, oh, I should keep that just as it sells.
Tommy, I've been charging for shipping for over like a year and a half now. So, and it made no difference in my sales. I saw no discernible difference other than I was getting more money. And I did charge, I changed it so I was pricing stuff a little bit lower, but charging shipping. So it kind of evened everything out. Yeah, and considering I've gotten like a bazillion returns over the last 2 months, luckily almost every single one of them has said it didn't fit, and so I didn't have to refund the original shipping. So that was the other nice part about charging for shipping. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tommy, you do not pay attention. All right, so again, very low price, $17.99. I did sell it for that price. This is another T-shirt. So this is. I just started listing her stuff this week. I probably have like maybe 60 of them listed, and I've already sold 2. But it's great. As anyone who's been selling for a while on eBay, when you have stuff in a particular category selling, you do notice like an increase in other sales in that category. It really does.
Yeah, sales beget sales.
Exactly. So That's why I'm very happy for this. But this sold for $17.99, but it sold to somebody in Switzerland. So they paid like $30 shipping. So I'm probably going to make like an extra $15 on shipping. So I should end up netting like around $30 on this t-shirt when I paid $1 for it. This is a Gross Logan Paul label t-shirt. And I got quite a few of those. But so I've already made like $40 on my investment of $4.58. Get off your dang phone.
Oh, here we go.
Who's harassing
That was Trish.
Trish?
You can blame her.
Is she even watching the show?
No, she's not.
How dare she? How dare she? Anyway, so that's the beginning. Those are my first 2 sales. I'll try to keep you guys updated on how I'm doing week to week. I won't necessarily show you all of them, but at least tell you where I'm at with my numbers.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So this is just a vintage golf bag. I've had this for quite a long time. I've got to say, I might have had it for 3 years, honestly. It's just a weird, obscure thing. It didn't take up a lot of space. It's just, you gotta have the right person looking for something like that. It's a luggage golf bag. Las Vegas Hilton. You can see what it's probably from the 80s. Mm-hmm. And it sold for the price you see there, $100.
Nice. All right. Next up, I love this hoodie. I found this at the bins. You've seen it. I showed it to you.
It was too big.
It's too big. Anyway, it's called Ankle Biter Ale. And it's freaking cute because obviously we have 1 Chiweenie, potentially 2 Chiweenies. We're pretty sure Matilda's got some weenie in her. As she's kind of coming into her body and growing and stuff, we're noticing that she's a little longer than the Chihuahua, and especially like the way her chest and legs look in the front. We're like, she might be a Chiweenie too. But anyway, so we have a special affinity for dachshunds now because of our dogs. And so I thought this was pretty funny when I found it. But I sold it for $30, guys.
Where'd you grab it?
The bins. At this point, so I paid like maybe $3 for it. At this point, I'm just trying to keep the sales coming in. So there's stuff where I'm getting offers. I mean, I've had this for probably 5-6 months or so. So when I'm getting offers that are like, am I going to make money on this? Yes, freaking sell it. Like, don't waste
clear
time.
It out.
Don't waste time. Make some money.
This is one of my jewelry items from my consignment seller. So I have no money invested in this. It sold for $99.95. I do pay 50% after fees. So I just round it up. I take 20% off of everything. So he made $40 on this.
Very nice.
So you can consider $40 my cost of goods on this, I suppose. It's a nice necklace. A lot of, he's Jewish, and a lot of the jewelry that I received that was his mom's is like Judaica. There's quite a lot of it. So some of the pieces are really pretty.
Very pretty. All right. Next up for me, this is one I believe that was in my last buy from Jen, who I saw in the chat earlier. Jen Goodell had, I bought a big lot from her, a big bulk buy, and this was one of them that was in there, I believe. And so in which case I paid $5 for it. I took an offer for $31. Somebody offered me $31. Honestly, at this price point, when I send offers out, I usually go $30 on it. So $31, I'm like, heck yeah.
I made an extra buck.
I made an extra buck than I was even expecting to. Anyway, so I was pretty happy about that. But spent $5, sold it for $31 plus shipping.
Impressive. This is just to say, I bought this at a garage sale. I actually paid $5 for this this was at a church sale that Katy and I went to last year. Hadn't been listed too long. I say this, but it's probably listed about 6 months. Actually got it earlier this year. But some Johnny Was still sells. This sold for the price you see there, $100. I paid about $5 for it. Yeah. I mean, it's a nice blouse.
Very nice, very nice.
Some Johnny Was still sells.
Yep. So I've continued to do every single day. I have not missed, I don't think, in like a month at least. Every single day I'm ending 20 of my oldest listings. I'm just about to hit the beginning of 2024, so I'm still in December of 2023. So I'm ending my 20 oldest listings, changing the main photo, changing the title, and lowering the price. And stuff is selling, and so this is one of them. I've had this sweatshirt forever. I've had it for at least probably 4 or 5 years. Like, I need to get the freak out. Somebody offered me $40. I was like, heck yeah, but this is one that I relisted within the last couple of weeks. One of the biggest things, like we've talked with Trish about this, and I think we've talked about it on the show. If you're going to be ending old listings and relisting, you should still list new listings, new listings, because we feel, not that we have like set information about this, but we do feel pretty strongly that having a net growth in your net growth in your inventory is important daily is important. So I will end 20, list 20, but then also do 10 new listings. So it's like I'm going down 20, up 30. And I think that's helping. But I'm definitely selling some of the stuff that I've had for freaking ever. But this is such a cool sweatshirt. And it's like, why did it take so freaking long? And it's, what's his name? Chickless? What's
Michael
his name?
Chickless.
The commish? That's actually him playing John Belushi.
This I've had for quite a while as well. This actually came from the Clothing Vault, which was List Perfectly store.
How many do you have left?
Every time I sell something, I think it's the last thing, and I apparently still have a few items. Yeah. So this, I actually took an offer on this for $85. I've had this since the end of 2020, so this has been...
It's such a cool jacket.
It's a very cool jacket. I don't know why it took so long to sell, to be quite honest with you.
I feel like this stuff is just, it used to sell faster and used to sell for more, and it's just not, there's not as much demand for it.
The vintage market is just different than it used to be. So it's a great jacket. So I sold it, and I've had it for quite a while, so I'm glad it finally sold.
Very cool. All right, next up for me is Vicky gets real mad when I find one of these at the bins, because I used to not care about them, and I would, if I found one, I'd give it to her. You would have given
it to me.
And now I take it for myself and list it. I've had this for quite a while. I've definitely had it for a year, because as you can see, this would have been in my listing photo. And so I just this last week, I ended it, did sell similar, redid it, dropped the price, and somebody offered me $40. And I'm like, I paid like a freaking $1.50 for it, maybe, like just get it out of here. And I made some money on it. So like I said, it's working for me to do that. So if you have listings, like to set it and forget it, list it and forget it, whatever, I would say true to a point. Once you hit a year,
9-10 months or a year.
Let's say if you hit a year, you don't want it to be sitting there anymore. Something's not working with it, and it's time to try something different. But definitely, like, give it that time to breathe. Give it that time to be in the Google Cloud, so people. Because I know for me, when I search stuff like comps and stuff, a lot of times, if I'm not even using Google Lens, I will do an actual search on Google so I can see it across other platforms. But now with Google Lens, it's everywhere. Anyway, but yeah, $40.
All right, so this didn't sell for this. It did sell for an offer of $85. This is just doll clothes, right? So I did get rid of a lot of doll clothes. So the panties and the socks do not go with this set. Like that? I know, sorry. What am I supposed to call them?
Well, you can call them panties, but you were like, panties? Like, you said it real creepy, weird. It grossed me out, man.
The panties and the booties socks were definitely added later. They are more from the 50s-ish era, and this dress is late 1800s, early 1900s for a doll. Simon and Halbig is a doll, and it's a popular doll. Okay,
yeah, I can't make it go away.
It's a popular antique doll. So this, I took an offer for $85 on this, and you can tell that it's discolored with age. All of that, it was still worth it. There was no way that I was going to attempt to clean this. Because the fabrics are so fragile, I know that I would have just disintegrated them. So I definitely left it to the new owner, and they were very happy to get it. I already got positive feedback on it. I actually only knew what it was because it came in, if you scroll down the pictures, I mean, I knew it was doll clothing, and I could have told you the era by looking at it, but I only knew what doll it went to because someone had labeled it on the bag.
Oh, interesting.
Simon and Halbig character doll. And once I looked it up, I was like, oh yeah, that's correct. Doll clothes are important.
We don't, I mean, do we ever do auctions? Not really.
I do rarely. Maybe one auction a year.
I will say with the 458 t-shirts I got from Susie, probably like 250, well, probably like 300 of them, around 300, 325 are things that I want to list individually. But there is a sizable number of them where I'm like, I don't know if these are worth like listing individually. So I am considering lotting them up and then like setting the shipping to be enough to ship from here to New York, and then just auctioning off starting at $1, like honestly, and seeing what happens. Because I'm like, as long as I can, it doesn't cost me anything to ship it. I'll let somebody else deal with it. So I'm thinking about doing that, but generally, very, very rarely do I do an auction.
So unless you have something that's in high demand and that you're going to have at least 2 people battle over it, there is never a reason to be doing auctions anymore. Now, if you're trying to clear out old inventory that you're starting stuff at $1, as long as you're not going to lose money on the shipping, sure. But in general, auctions require 2 people to battle over the same thing, and unless it's a high demand item, that's not what I'm selling, and it's not what Katy's selling. So for me, auctions are a thing of the past. The other thing too is that auctions require people to wait, right? So you've got at least a set 5 to 7 days, whichever you choose. Most people, we are in a instant gratification society. Even though Amazon doesn't deliver in a day or 2 anymore necessarily, and priority mail is taken forever. Yeah. People want what they want when they want it. They don't want to wait. So if you have your items priced reasonably or have offers available, that's usually the best way to go for pricing.
I mean, I personally, as a buyer, if I'm searching, sometimes I won't even look at like.
I never look at auctions.
Sometimes I make it so I'm only looking at buy now stuff because it's just
I never
annoying.
Look at an auction. If I want something, I want it, and I'm not waiting for an auction.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to remember to go back. I don't want to wait for it to end, the bids to end.
I got this really cool shirt that I got from, I think I got this one from Jen as well. And it's just kind of a cool Albert Einstein Speed of Light, where he's like a cop. He's in the Light Cycle Patrol. Cool shirt, cool Y2K shirt. But I sold it, somebody offered $40, so I sold it for $40. Now, I haven't gotten paid yet, okay? But I still thought it was a cool sale. I haven't gotten paid yet because I believe it's a Canadian buyer or it's an international buyer. So they get 4 days to pay, which is freaking annoying. I don't know why it has to be different, but whatever. So hopefully it will get paid for soon, but it's a cool shirt. It's a cool flip.
So Kara says, have either of you entertained the thought of doing live eBay auctions? Yeah, I will actually, when I get approved, and I've been, I submitted an application to be approved as a live seller on eBay a while ago. I've done live auctions on District. I've done live auctions on Whatnot. I will do it on eBay because of their built-in customer base once they roll them out properly. Yeah. They haven't, they're letting more and more people into the platform now, but again, I'm not sure. They were only doing buy it nows for the longest time. They weren't doing actual bidding auctions. They did start doing bidding auctions a little while ago. I'm not sure the infrastructure is set up correctly yet. We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm not opposed to it, Kara, is what I'm saying, I guess.
All right, next up for you.
This was a nice suit that I picked up at a private buy. I paid $20 for this, and it did sell at the price you see there, $159.95. I've probably had it listed for 3 months, maybe. This is like a late 90s, early Y2K Valentino. It's very pretty. A customer asked me if I could ship it out the same day if they purchased it at the full price, and obviously sales being what they've been, yeah, I will do that. Yep. So my mail lady had not picked up yet, and so I just packaged it up and shipped it out.
Yeah. All right, so this, not a huge sale, but I picked this up at, I think it was when we were out with Alexis, one of the local thrift stores here. And this is just a vintage undershirt, but it was clearly never worn. And, it's nice if you can find several of them. Like, I definitely look to see if there are any more.
The packages,
so you can yeah, the packages especially, so you can lot them up. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get this single one. I think I can sell it, and it'll be worth it. I paid like maybe $3 for it and sold it for $32.39. So stuff like this, it's just an undershirt, and it doesn't seem exciting at all, but you can still make decent money with it. Next up for you.
These shoes I picked up at an estate sale. I paid $5 for these. They sold for obviously the price you see there because this is an Etsy sale. So I had a sale running on Etsy. These are just vintage Italian loafers from the 70s. Ugly.
Loafers.
Really ugly men's loafers, but they're very nicely made, very soft, buttery leather.
Buttery.
Still in beautiful condition, and they were in their original box even. So $87.
All right.
I paid $5 for them.
That's ridiculous.
They look like pilgrim shoes.
Kind of. All right, next up for me, I had quite a few decent sales on Etsy this week, which is nice. I'm a little worried about Etsy because I don't have any vintage stuff at the moment to list on there. I mean, I do, but it still needs to be washed and processed. And pretty much everything I have right now is sweatshirts, which I don't know if this is the best time of year. So I'm not adding any new inventory currently to Etsy, so I'm a little worried about it, but I had some decent sales. This is, I think I got this when I was in Oregon last, and I went to the thrift store with my sister. And this is like a forest fire t-shirt, firefighter t-shirt. And so I maybe paid $5 tops for it and sold it for $62.99. And it's going back to Oregon. But yeah, it's a cool shirt, cool graphic. We have, you know, much like California, we have some pretty gnarly forest fires every year in Oregon. It can get pretty bad sometimes.
Oregon and Washington State both get pretty bad too.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a good sale.
Okay, so these finally sold, and unfortunately, they sold for the price you see there, which is a good price. I bought these at the bins, and I paid $2 a piece. That was what they'd priced them at for me. They were not very heavy. They were the lighter aluminum. They're not the most desirable chairs, right? Mm-hmm. But these are still the webbed chairs that have some value. They sold for the price you see there. Unfortunately, they sold on Etsy, and I had it set as free shipping. I don't normally.
How much does shipping cost?
Shipping cost $30. So it was still okay. Would not have been. It would have been better if they sold on eBay because I charge shipping on eBay. But it was fine.
Yeah. And luckily, we happened to have a box that was, because this is where my job comes in, is if there isn't a box ready for something, I got to find one for Vikki and help her package it up. And luckily, we had a box that was the perfect size. I had to cut it down, but it was the right dimensions otherwise. Mm-hmm. And they slid just perfectly into this box. And so all I had to do was cut it down a little bit, and it was ready to go. Otherwise, I would have been like probably grumbling a lot. So next up, I got this at the bins, I believe. It's a sweater, but it's hooded. And it says African American Classic. And I've probably had it for not a crazy amount of time, but probably like about 6 months or so. I love the color on it. It's actually a really nice sweater. And just interesting because it has a hood and stuff. But I sold it for the price you see there, $62.99. So just a nice little piece there.
This is another one. You can tell this is an old one because I didn't remove the background on this photo at all, and I haven't revamped it, which I don't revamp on Poshmark anyway. But this is the second bag that I sold for a good price. This is all. I picked this up at the bins. This is a garment bag or uniform bag. I was not able to find anything on this. There were no other ones. We know it's Marshall. You know that movie, We Are Marshall. They had that horrible accident with some of the people on the team died a bunch of years ago. Anyway, I mean, it has like the logo and everything on it. It's just a uniform bag. And I found it at the bins. It probably belonged to somebody that, you know, played on one of the teams.
Yeah. Interesting. It's very cool. All right. Next up for me, just a cool t-shirt that I've had for quite a while, I think. I probably do need to go in. It's one of the things I can do with my Etsy is go in and lower some prices. I did it a bit last year, but there's still quite a few things where I'm like, okay, this is priced too high. Like, I don't need to be putting this t-shirt like this up for $70. But occasionally it does sell for close to that price. So I sold it for $62.99. Now I would probably list this for
50.
Like 40, between 40 and 50. And even that might be a little high, probably accept 30 even. But whatever, it is what it is. It was made for a decent sale on Etsy anyway, so. Ooh, so luxurious.
I know, this was one that was nice. I also picked this up at the same place where I picked up that Valentino suit, so I paid $20 for this as well. This is a really nice jacket with the fur cuffs. Now, the fur cuffs were removable. They're stitched on, but they're so lightly stitched on that you could remove them if you didn't want the cuffs or the collar. And I think that was done intentionally, because you have a great swing jacket without that. But anyway, it's pretty. It was, it's white mink or blonde mink. It was practically white.
It looks very fancy.
It is a very fancy jacket.
It's nice. Very elegant. All right, my last sale. So look at that. I
Who
sold
the
something
hell
on
is
Mercari.
Donna Fargo?
How dare you? How dare
Nobody
you?
knows who Donna Fargo is.
How dare you? Anyway.
Gotta move.
Yeah, moo. I said, how dare you? Anyway, Donna Fargo. So I bought, I mean, it's been at least 2 years now, guys. Probably more like 3 years, if not more than that. I got like all these dead stock t-shirts, 70s t-shirts. I think I got them at a yard sale or something like that. Or like some sale that we went to. I remember they were on a table or something. I don't know. Anyway, had it forever. I mean, come on. Who's buying a Donna Fargo t-shirt? Let's be real.
Somebody for $118.
I know, right? And so this person bought it on Mercari. So Trish was here when they bought this. And it was funny because they bought it and then they immediately sent me a message saying, like, I need you to send it to a different address. Now, we all know. Now, I do this all the time on eBay if it's like a small price, like if it's a low price item. Like, I'm like, whatever. Nobody's buying a $30 t-shirt and trying to scam me and switch addresses, so I don't really worry too much about it. It's like I'll worry about it if something comes up, but for now, whatever, it's a sale. But once it gets up there in price, like, I mean, that's a little sketchy. And I don't know, I have no idea, like, how Mercari is. Like,
Well, you're using your own label, so you can.
I'm using my own label. I don't know if they would even know. I don't know. So I don't know what the risk level is there because you really shouldn't be shipping it to an address that isn't the one that comes with the order. But it's desperate times, guys. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And so I was actually talking to Trish about this, and I'm like, I don't know, should I? And then I was like, I mean, yeah, I should probably tell them, like, I need to cancel it and have them whatever. But I'm like, but then I might lose the sale. Then they might decide that they don't want to do it and go through the hassle. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to risk it. Whatever. I've had this for freaking ever. I'm not going to have this money with Mercari until they actually like get the shirt and, either give feedback or whatever. So it's almost like, what am I going to lose? I might lose the shirt. It's not like they're taking money back from me. So whatever, let's just do it. So I did it. It got delivered. And guess what, guys? They gave me a review and it's all good. I got my $118 minus fees or whatever. But so good. I risked it, but
Christian just said that's stupid money. It is, Michelle. $118 for this. Who knows who this old white lady is?
But it's dead stock from the freaking 70s, man. How dare you?
It's dead stock of this stupid lady. Nobody knows who that is.
Donna Fargo's grandchildren are pissed right now.
Yeah, because they watch our show.
Yeah, well, they're going to find out. Somebody's going to tell them, like, you should watch the show because these ladies, these no-name biznatchies are trash-talking your grandma. And then they're going to come after us. Next thing you know, lawsuit. Yeah.
I don't know what you had with lunch, but it was apparently either you had a lot of caffeine or a lot of Coke. I'm not sure which.
I had some prunes.
Oh, Jesus.
And I had some, what's the sweet mustard or whatever trail mix from Aldi, which, by the way, guys, I finally went to Aldi for the first time a couple weeks ago. I've now been to Aldi about 7 times. I'm keeping track. I need to start, like, keeping a little notebook.
There is a Donna Fargo fan club. James says, I'm here for the Donna Fargo dance party.
There you go. There you go.
Nobody knows who the hell Donna Fargo is, but apparently
Shelly knows.
Somebody paid $118.
Shelly knows. You're being rude right now. All I know is, guys, I've been to Aldi 7 times now. I can't stop going to Aldi. How do you feel about it?
I mean,
you don't love Aldi as much as I do.
I don't love any grocery store as much as you do.
I love grocery stores.
Korean skincare and grocery stores. Those are Katie's jam this year. This is her thing now.
Well, I've always liked grocery stores.
She's almost 50. Korean skincare and...
Let's be fair. I've always liked grocery stores.
It's true.
The skincare thing is newer, but...
She's a nut.
Yeah.
Nate, it was not crowded. I wouldn't go on a weekend if you don't have to.
No, it wasn't. It hasn't been, like... super well. It was a little bit crowded yesterday when I went, but it's not bad. Shelly, I wouldn't say Trader Joe's has been replaced. I would say Trader Joe's is like 20 minutes away from us, and Aldi is 5 minutes away. And I feel like there's a lot of similarities between the two stores. Aldi is even cheaper than Trader Joe's, and Trader Joe's is pretty cheap. So I will say Aldi is replacing, even though you can't get everything there, to not feel like I got to go to like Walmart or some of these other stores and do all
We prefer to not shop Walmart, and we don't go to Target. So,
well, here's the thing, guys. As you know, as you've seen in our numbers, as you've probably seen in your own numbers, we're not making as much money as we used to make, and we got to make things work, and our costs are a lot higher. You know, our housing and our inventory space, like all the costs, like we have some pretty high costs here in Vegas that we didn't used to have to deal with. And we're making less money and things are costing us more. And so one of the things that happened over like the last couple of years is I was doing a lot more shopping at Walmart grocery store, which I hated, but it's so significantly cheaper than other grocery stores that I couldn't really justify, you know, spending money that we really don't have to spare on going to a more expensive grocery store.
Yeah, we are not Whole Foods type of people.
No. But
yes, it's the Aldi's on Rainbow because we live off of Rainbow. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And it's right here. So H Mart, I haven't been to yet. I want to go to H Mart too.
Why do you think I want to go to H Mart?
Because it's an Asian grocery store and they probably have a skincare.
No, not skincare.
Aisle?
Not skincare. What do you think I'm really excited about getting at H Mart?
Pork belly?
No.
Crab legs?
I can get pork belly at other stores.
I don't know.
Think about it. What's a third thing that I'm into?
Lumpia?
No. Victoria, do you even know me?
I have no idea what you're talking
about. Do you
about.
even know me at
Apparently
all anymore?
Not. Oh, pho.
Not pho.
Noodles.
Not just noodles.
Ramen.
Instant ramen. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Nate got it. I didn't get it. Nate
there we
got
go. Instant ramen. So at H Mart, I'm pretty sure they have like either an entire aisle or at least half an aisle. There's going to be a lot of options.
It's all about the nudes.
It's all about the nudes because it is true. I get into things and I get a little overexcited about it. But my latest thing, I've always liked ramen since I was a kid, but my latest thing is is instant ramen. And then I fancy it up. I put in like a soft boiled egg. I put in some green onions, some lime juice, maybe some cilantro, and so I might follow an instant ramen subreddit. It's true. And a Korean skincare subreddit and a grocery store not really a grocery store, but that's not true. I follow Aldi and Costco and Trader Joe's.
See what I'm living with, guys? See what I'm living with? Tommy says Korean skincare is the first step toward being a lipstick lesbian. Have you met Katy, Tommy?
Why can't us butch ones have great skin? Why does that have to be?
She's got better skin than me.
That's true. That's true.
But
I gotta show.
Ataria asked. Hold on one second.
Go ahead.
I want to see this chat here. Ataria asked, do you happen to know anyone who helps people with their books for reselling? Everyone in my area isn't familiar with resale with used goods, which is crazy, and I'm struggling. You know, Ataria, I don't know a lot of people that do books or strictly books anymore. It used to be a much easier type of thing to sell because you could do a lot of scanning and things like that. I can't imagine that there is anyone doing consignment on book sales, though, to be honest with you. If you're looking for someone else to do the selling for you, there's just not enough money in it. Consignment, I mean, I do consignment for other people, not for books. And I take 50% after fees. When the average sale price of a book is somewhere around $3 to $5, that's not worth it for anyone. So I don't know. I think you may have I think it would be a good idea to ask that question in a large Facebook group if you're in one. There are several reselling Facebook groups, and just ask the question if there is anyone that specializes in that type of thing. I don't know a lot of people that would do that.
I'm pretty sure Patty's talking about me. It looks like she's telling you to divorce me and that she'll take me. So there you go. But guys, this is my latest one. I tried. It won't zoom. Come on, man. Focus on my beautiful. There we go. So this was my very first experience with cheesy ramen, instant ramen. But look at how beautiful that is. It was delicious. I made ramen for Trish and myself. That's one sad thing is that Vicky is not into the ramen. So
I'm not into the ramen.
She's not impressed with my beautiful ramen that I make.
Yep.
Shelly, how about this? I don't know how Elizabeth feels about ramen. We'll send Vicky to go get herself a sandwich or a cheeseburger, and I will make you guys ramen because I do have a section already in our pantry that's just for my ramen. And I will make you delicious ramen. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
It's real good. It's real good. good stuff.
Tracy, we actually live in a very, very predominantly Asian area, and there is a ton of Korean skincare at all of the stores around here. We do a lot. We buy a lot of it.
I mostly just buy it at Marshall's because we have a Korean beauty shop or whatever right on the corner around the corner from here. And it's all marked up super big time. But I either get it at Marshall's or I get it overseas because you can buy it for cheaper and get better stuff. So
Shelly says I'm here for it. So Shelly is coming for my birthday party next week. So Shelly's coming to hang out with us for a few days. And my Golden Girls theme party, those of you that are in the know, you should see some of these pictures. We got a whole backdrop and everything.
It's going to be awesome.
We've got old people games.
I can't wait.
There's nobody likes a theme more than me, so
it's true. Those of
you that know, like our wedding was theme. It was theme.
Goals.
So most of you guys know that I have about 4,000 items that I picked up and did this cross-country road trip and just got back with. So I have been listing quite a lot every day. I have not gotten happy birthday, Lori. I know it's your birthday today.
Happy birthday!
So I listed about 250 items this week, and that is my goal, is to do about at least 200 items a week. The thing is I need to do 200 items from Diane's inventory, but I also need to do my own. So I'm trying to get into that into that rhythm where I can get, 25 of hers done a day.
Which you're able to do them pretty quickly.
Fairly quickly. It depends. So I'm finding not everything is listed, and which is fine, but not everything is worth listing either. So I'm trying to find that balance there.
Yeah.
So I will pull out 3 or 4 boxes a day and go through them and see what's listed. And if it's listed, I transfer it from her list perfectly into my list perfectly account, and then I'll tweak the title and the pricing, and I make it live. So I've got to do that, but then I also have to do
your jewelry.
My own. I still have hundreds of jewelry items on consignment that I haven't touched in 2 weeks.
You need to.
I know.
We need to figure out a different way for you to, because what happened is she had it all nicely organized, like laid out all over downstairs, where it was all kind of sorted, and then we had to like pack it all up to move it, and so now it's kind of all in a big bin.
I need to spread it all out.
What I was saying to her is, like, rather than have it be spread all out to where she's got to, like, in case she needs to pack it up again, she needs to spread it all out and then maybe use Ziploc baggies or something just to separate out what's sorted, so that she can just grab one and then work on that. Because there's no reason why she can't do a little of all of it each day to make sure she keeps up on it.
So that being said, this is why I'm not sourcing. I haven't sourced very much this year, and I will continue to not be sourcing much this year, because I still have so many items to list and get listed. So that's
as I was saying earlier, like, I've kept up with my 10-a-day goal. I've been keeping some in the bank. Like, I need to have some in the bank for this next weekend, so I don't have to worry about actually sitting down and listing. And so I'm going to keep doing that moving forward. I've been doing my 20 a day of ending and sell similar. And so I just want to keep on top of that and keep that momentum going, because it does work for me. And I do see, we haven't been doing our numbers every week for the last few months, so you haven't really seen some of those changes, but I am seeing that I'm selling, my volume is going up, and even though my prices are lower, it is helping my numbers to go up slowly but surely. So it's just like it did last year. It's nothing freaking new. And so working on that. We're working on some other stuff as far as just our brand goes, working on maybe having a website. I don't know. I'm not making any announcements or anything like that, but we're working on having like a landing page.
Yeah, we're working on a landing
doing
page
some
for
blogging and
for our videos, and doing some blogging and doing some teaching, which is what we like to do.
Yeah, so we're working on that. So
I've committed to doing a listing party on List Perfectly once a month about vintage. A lot of people have asked me over the years to teach about vintage. So I've committed to doing one hour once a month. So if you are a List Perfectly user, Listing Party is a free social section of List Perfectly. And if you are any level user, you get free access to Listing Party. So you can, it's basically a Zoom. It's a Zoom call. And I'll be teaching once a month. There are several different listing parties.
We'll have to let everybody know like ahead of time when you actually do those, because they are, I mean, it's stuff that most of you guys probably would want to learn about. And Vikki kind of knows her stuff a little bit. But yeah, so we're working on some stuff. And like I said, I got my CapCut download. I think that's what it's called. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, so please be following us on Instagram and TikTok. Our TikTok's a little, we don't have, I think we've got like 122 followers on there. So there's not
that's more than I thought.
Not as much activity going on there, but
I don't even post to the TikTok.
Please follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, and I will start playing around more. Like, I'm pretty good at amusing myself, and so when I find a new way to do that, it's very exciting to me. And occasionally I make Vikki laugh. Not often, but occasionally. Sometimes. And then it's worth it. It's worth it.
I think it's more worth it when I make you laugh, because I'm not the funny one.
Yeah, but when I really make you laugh, because a lot of times you're just rolling your eyes. When I really make you cackle, like that makes me feel good. But yeah, I'm still pretty upset about the fact that you don't like ramen.
Sorry about it.
Because here's the thing. During the pandemic, during the lockdown, I ate a lot of ramen because it was cheap, it was easy, and man, when you are stuck at home and you have to figure out what to eat every single freaking day, multiple times a day, it gets real old. So being able to make something easy, I put some sriracha in there, but that's about it. But it's not the greatest thing in the world.
You're making me want some now.
But then Vikki was gone with Trish, gallivanting across the country. And I went to Sam's Club, and they had this, it's called Shin Black ramen, and I'm like, I'm going to get some of that. I wonder if it's any good. I got it. The first one I had, I was like, what in the hell is this? Why didn't anyone tell me that there's ramen that tastes so freaking delicious? And then I went on Reddit, and I found out that is most people's top #1 instant ramen. And I was like, oh my God, and what if I added stuff to it? So then I started adding like meat and cilantro and onions and egg, and it was like, what the hell,
exactly,
man?
The sodium levels are high if you have a problem with sodium.
I'm not eating it every day. I'm keeping it to like once a week. Some people, like in the subreddit, because like I said, I do follow the instant ramen subreddit, they're like, oh, I eat it every day. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good way to like kill yourself. It's a lot of sodium.
Yeah. So Patty asked, can you make your TikTok flow to YouTube? So everything that we do, by the way, goes across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So yes, it is all encompassed. If you watch one of our reels or one of our things, they're all going across everything. Not this big long show, not on the the Sunday show is just that. But we're not doing individual things. Nobody has the time for that. We're not content creators, and we make no money doing content, so we are not wasting any more time doing it.
Yeah.
We are just cutting up a lot of the stuff. Now, mind you, we have months of content from the road trip that Trish and I are working on and editing stuff too. So
Shelly, you're going to find out when you get your butt over here to Las Vegas and I make it for you, okay? I'm not going to let you go out and buy it and have it without me on your own first when I need to make it for you. And that's when you can discover the magic of my instant ramen. And then you will never go back.
Funny.
It's so good. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, Laura, you're not missing anything. You'll see it on YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, guys.
We're just trying to reach people that don't already watch us, kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Patty. Patty says, my skin looks amazing.
I mean, she has an 87-step skincare process.
It's not that many steps.
Twice a day. I do skincare. I take care of my skin once a day. I'm terrible. I don't do it at night, too.
Whose skin do you think is better?
Yours is way better.
Okay, well then why do you have to say it in such a... you're looking down at your nose at me.
I am not looking down my nose at you. I'm just saying I do not have the patience or the need to do that many steps.
I like it. It feels good. Once I have a routine, it's like I like it.
She does have a marinating
mode. But I used it a few times, and I'm like, you know what? I just like marinating out in the open. So sometimes Vikki will walk into my office. I'm just sitting there in my underwear, and she's like, "What are you doing? You're just not gonna wear clothes anymore?" And I'm like, "Well, I gotta wait to put on my lotion. So I gotta wait to put on my moisturizer.
Ridiculous.
I gotta let this marinate here." Which ridiculous. Sunscreen? Well, Vikki doesn't have a preference because she doesn't use sunscreen. Even when she goes to the pool,
I wear sunscreen on my face.
What sunscreen do you use on your face?
I wear that my lotion has SPF in it.
Mm-hmm. Because let me tell you, a couple weeks ago, she went to the pool with Trish. I gave her 3, count them, 3 sunscreen options. Which one did you pick?
None.
Yeah, and what happened?
I got really burnt.
Real bad. And who is still dealing with the consequences of her actions?
Me.
Yeah. Anyway, I use the Skin. I don't know if they call it 1004 or Skin 1004 or whatever. It's there, but it's the Korean version that you have to get overseas now because the American version is not as good. So, anyway, guys, we appreciate you. We will see you soon, but not too soon because
2
we'll
weeks.
be here next week.
We'll see you 2 weeks.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
I
But
was a lobster, exactly, Michelle.
some of my CapCut creations will show up sooner, so make sure you're following us on the Instagram and the TikTok if you want to
I
see
wear
it.
sunscreen every day on my face, Tracy. I wear it every day.
What's
and
the
have
SPF
for
on it?
years. It's like 30.
But see if you get the Korean.
I also don't freaking go outside.
It doesn't matter. You. This is light, sunlight, natural light on your face. And if you want to use it for anti-aging, Korean skincare is better because it has filters that they don't have in the U.S. because we're dumb.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, that's enough ranting for today.
Have you all been properly shamed on your SPF and lack thereof now? Because Katie is here to shame you, if not.
Tracy's going to help me out. We're teaming up to shame all you effers.
Jeez.
Anyway. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you later.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.